It is Hasbro 1027, and after some hiccups from Hasbro's technical side of things, the actual stream finally was put. Obviously, it's pre-recorded, so it wasn't live. There wasn't the craziness of the headache of the chat that was on the side. We just got the raw products, and let's talk about it today. So what did they show us? Well, looks like they wanted to show us our Commander class for Transformers Legacy United going into 2024 and pre-orders going up live. So what did we get to see today? Well, like they said, the world's worst kept secret. We saw it on the Transformers Legacy United poster. We knew what our Commander class was going to be. He's from Beast Wars Neo. It is the Emperor of Destruction from the Predacons, or the Destrongers or Destrons, however you want to pronounce it in Japan. We got Magmatron from Beast Wars Neo. And man, he looks amazing. I love what they're doing, where they're just kind of taking the original toys and the limitations of the engineering that existed back then in the late 90s and bringing it into the future. It's kind of crazy. Like, look, that original Magmatron, 1999, so we're 23 years, 24 years later, and they just nailed it. It looks incredible. So this was a Mark and Shusan design, bringing this toy to the modern era. A lot of cool stuff that they did there. One thing that Mark really wanted to do was to make sure that the coloring really matched the animation model, because the original toy did have different hues that didn't really match that of the animation cells from the old cartoon Beast Wars Neo. So that's a really cool thing that they did. They really made sure that the magma blade was there, which was his weapon, and it looks really good. Just all the cool stuff. Comes with a bunch of blast effects that are, again, recycled from previously existing blast effects. These are the Omega Supreme blast effects, now in a hue of purple, clear purples, to add to your blast effects collection. Lord knows I got a whole bunch of them. And just looks great. Just looks great. To me, this is a great opportunity for fans that were not able to get the original toy for whatever reason because of its slight difficulty. It was an import item originally, and then when they did bring it over here, it was a Beast Machines Dinobots item, which was in the late wave of that and didn't really hit a lot of retail, so that was tough to get. I think the easiest way to get that original toy was Sonokong, the Korean company, had a whole bunch of like warehouse finds and dead population that kind of filled out the market. But if you did not get this character, this is going to be probably the best version ever, because there's no shortcuts. They didn't do some interpretation. They didn't do something different. Everything that the original toy did is here and more. Even the elusive orgy mode, as it was called back in the day, Mark calls it here the Magmasaurus mode, will be possible to do here too. We don't have an image of it. They said they didn't have enough models to show it off, but I'll just show you a screen of how the original toy used to do it, and well, that is that. Looks great. What they even talked about the box, that was once again, they're knocking it out of the park with the box design and stuff. A lot of cool little Easter eggs there. Number one, there's a little mammoth horn on the bottom left there sticking out. Let's just say there's probably going to be a certain big convoy probably in the future. And then Mark even pointed out a little spaceship on the top of the flap. So that means, are we going to be getting the Gung Ho as a possible Titan class in the future over the Axelon? That's or the Dark Side. That's pretty bold if that's the case, but I don't know, maybe they're saving their time for Beast Wars anniversary in 2026 or something. But either way, this is great. I love the art on the side. Cybertronian written on the side, Landsaurus, Skysaurus, Seasaurus. Obviously, it's based off of those dinosaurs that make Magmatron. I'm not even going to attempt to say these properly, but the Giganotosaurus, which is that T-Rex looking one. Sure, I know I'm going to get some paleontologists and dino fans yelling at me. The Quetzalcoatlus, sure. And the Seasaurus, the Elasmosaurus. Hey man, it's Tessie to me, but these are great. This looks awesome. Does the shield, does the sword, like every little extra detail that the original toy did is here and present, and that's fantastic. And this is going to be our Commander class. Now, this will be going up for pre-order today for premium members, and then later in the day at 6 p.m. for everyone else, and it'll probably be also showing up on all the other pre-order websites that you guys go through. So you will be able to get the planned ship out date will be summer of 2024, no specific date yet, but that will be when this all starts showing up. Pretty cool stuff. Really like what I see here. This is kind of what I expect of our Beast Wars characters. And speaking of Beast Wars characters, they also showed us now officially Silverbolt, the Voyager class for Wave 2 of Legacy United. And he looks great too. Looks awesome. I love the paint detail. I love the effort that was put onto it. That was a Hasui-san and Mark design together, really updating that original toy. Also, it almost, again, just like the Magmatron, taking that original toy, that original model, and bringing it to the modern era all those years later and giving us something quite incredible. Silverbolt, much like Magmatron, really their toys and their designs were left behind in the late 90s, and there very rarely was any kind of updates outside of a small, tiny PVC or something. So this is really cool. Like it a lot. I'm also looking forward to that. No pre-order for that yet or date yet, but we will find out in the near future. And the last thing that BMAC wanted to cover was, and we talked about it too here on the podcast, BMAC was hinting at that the 1027 was going to be when they were going to be showing off the Studio Series Wave 1 stuff for 2024. That will not be the case here today. Instead, tomorrow is the London Comic-Con. They're obviously setting up right now as we speak in London. And the London Comic-Con will have the Magmatron on display. It'll have the Silverbolt on display, but they will also be revealing at the Hasbro Action Brands panel on Saturday all of the Studio Series Wave 1 stuff. And then after that panel, all of that will be on display at the Hasbro booth at London Comic-Con. So go check that out if you're in the area. If not, we will be reporting it tomorrow on the Transformers Slag podcast live stream, and probably an individual segment too, if we get that information in time to break it down properly. But a lot of really great stuff here. Very excited about all of this. Let me know what you think. But this is fantastic. All that leaves us now, and again, they teased it. They teased it. All that's left now is really to see our Titan class in all its big shape and form. And I know during the TFCon just a couple of days ago, a lot of people were asking how I thought the Titan class was going to be. How are they going to pull it off? I know it was also a question posed at Aaron, because that Titan class is going to be Tidal Wave from Armada, and Aaron had a lot to do with that Tidal Wave. So stay tuned for that. We're definitely going to learn more about it and everything that's happening with it. Probably not this weekend at London Comic-Con, but definitely in the near future, in a future live stream. And that's it, more or less. So this was the Transformers Slag podcast. Thank you for listening. And let me know what you think about our brand new Transformers Legacy United Commander class, Beast Wars Neo, Magmatron. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you in the near future.